What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, Mickey Coleman. And that right there is brother Umar Johnson, who finds himself in a little bit of financial trouble as his school, the FDMG Academy, is in danger of being auctioned off in just a few days from now on August 25th. Now, let's see what Dr. Umar has to say about this.
Announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund.
Oh, only twice.
We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not.
One problem I have with this, it's always something when it comes to this school not being open. You're always this short, or it's always some type of shortcoming. And now they want to auction off your school because you're behind in taxes. When you own any type of property, you know that you have to pay taxes on it every year. You know this. And if you don't, eventually they will take the property away and auction it off so they can recoup some of the money at least that you owe them, because they need that money for their pockets. No, but to run some of the city services. That's why you pay taxes. But go on, carry on.
We're not notified of this. This past weekend,
and I know you know
an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell property that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools.
Like I just said before, you know that you should be paying taxes on property that you own every year. You know this. So how are you surprised when they're trying to auction off your shit? No, because I actually root for this brother. I think he's a brilliant person. But if it smell like a scam, look like a scam, taste like a scam, what do you think it is? It ain't oxtails. It's a damn scam.
Behind our backs.
And the more he talks and the longer we wait, after all this money has been given to him, and he's had a building for 5 or 6 years and still no school, the more it looks like a damn scam.
They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email.
Always something.
We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers.
I'll say this for him. If you niggas on YouTube is actually doing stupid shit like that, you're pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. Watch you even try to sabotage this man if what he's saying right here is true. Because I actually think that he actually did try to open this building, but for some reason it still ain't open, and now it's turned into a fucking scam. Whether he intentionally scammed or not, it's a scam now because we've been waiting 6 years for him to open up this school, or longer than that. We've been waiting over a decade for him to open this school, and he hasn't. Meanwhile, schools are being opened by people without the type of notoriety or the money that he had all over this country.
But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But
okay, so it's not necessarily it's a tax because he's operating a vacant building that he hasn't paid, but he still knows that it needs to be paid every year because it's a 4-year waiver. He says he's had the school 6 years, So if that's the case, it sounds like maybe you paid them the first couple of years, so you know that when they're due. So it can't be that big of a surprise that you're 4 years behind. Go ahead. You
I
tried to get a
asked
waiver.
them, and they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for 4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months. They ignored our phone calls for 4 months. And instead, the first time I hear from them since April, the first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply our vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing, they ignored me.
And if you owe absolutely nothing and you've had the school 6 years, that means you've paid the first couple of years, so you know that they're due. Now, let's just say, I'm going to say I believe you when it comes to you tried to get in contact with them and they ignored you for all this time. I'm sure the city of Wilmington has a municipal campus or a municipal building, a city hall or something that you could go down to and speak to them in person, or at least attempt to speak to them in person. If you had told me you tried to do that along with all this other stuff, I would have a little bit of an easier time believing this story. I would. I have a little bit easier time believing this story. But if I call a business, I email a business, and I'm in that town with the business and they're ignoring me, I go up there. I know you got a car, you sitting in it now. Why didn't you go up there if you couldn't get in contact with these people?
Me since April. They ignored me since April.
Then take your ass up there.
No phone call, no email, nothing in the postal mail since April.
Did you go up there?
And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape. A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes. We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington for water that we don't even use.
And if you didn't pay
And
it,
now
that's
we
what
got
they
to
would
pay
do.
another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a waiver. We should have a waiver.
Right, they take your shit.
We should have a waiver. And it gets worse, brothers and sisters. It gets worse because they are raising the vacant property registration fee. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. I'm going to say it again. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year.
Oh, so you better hurry
Brothers
up and
and
pay what you
sisters,
owe.
I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver? I knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that the power structure, I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far.
Then why'd you go there? You had enough money where you could have found another building, fixed it up, and had a school open, but you needed this big, elaborate building. Now, there's another brother that's also, you can find him on YouTube, named Q Butter, who has a school, and they know don't you don't even know him. You know Umar, but a lot of people don't really even know Q Butter, who runs a school called Zyx Institute. Just opened up his second campus, and around the time Umar been trying to open up one. Now he opened up his second campus. He has one, I believe, in Brooklyn, New York, and another one somewhere down south. I'm sorry, Q, if I forget exactly where it is, but it's called. He has a second location without nowhere near the money Umar got. Umar, you could have opened up a small school and then build it up because you're getting tuition, and the school gets an endowment from what you needed to do. But I know you said you wanted to do all these things for the school, but you had to go on what the money you got from the community. If the money you got from the community didn't quite match up with what you needed to do, you should have just spent the money, what you ended up doing anyway, got a building in a different place where you might have been a little bit more welcome, since you knew they didn't really want you in Wilmington. You could have had the school anywhere else in the country. You could have did that. But you went to Wilmington, and for some reason they hating on you when it comes to the taxes or the vacant registration or whatever it is called on this video. And now, after all that money that's been donated, you in danger of losing this damn school unless they donate you the money or
As
unfreeze your
to
bank
ignore
account.
us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far. As to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far. To ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So, brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response.
Go up there.
I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So, brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team, and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite
I
our
guess the
donors and
protest
supporters
will
from
be
across
going
the
up
state
there
of
because
Delaware,
shit.
our donors and
Should have been
supporters
here then.
across the United States, and our donors and supporters across the entire planet. We may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive an email?
If he didn't receive a certified letter, that's another good point, because that's how most businesses, the IRS, the city, or a lot of government agencies or hospitals send out overdue bills through certified mail. So if he didn't get a certified letter, even though you know this shit need to be paid, because you knew way back in April that you owed this money. You knew in April you owed this money, and you didn't hear nothing from nobody about it. So you go up there again. Why you ain't go up there?
Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not gonna quit. We not gonna give in.
You gonna go up
The
there and
only thing
march after
left
they
on the
snatch the
elementary
motherfucking
school is to
building.
lay down the tile. We're gonna lay down this tile, and we're gonna apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're gonna lay down this tile, and we're gonna apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're gonna lay down this tile, and we're gonna apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march. We will have to march. We might march anyway, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We not giving up, brothers and sisters. We not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the city council president of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and
Why? They ignored you?
demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are a supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware for racism and discriminatory treatment. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys, and we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Okay, cool. Another thing, if his account's is still frozen and he was supposed to get refunded in 4 days, I wonder why it's still frozen. It sounds like the feds might be looking at you, Dr. Umar. Y'all might need to wait a little bit before you send this dude some more money, because the feds might be looking at Dr. Umar and they might be trying to lock him up. That's how it's kind of sounding to me, and that would be sad, because I know from coming from just this video, y'all would think that I don't like Dr. Umar, but that ain't the case at all. I actually got a lot of respect for Dr. Umar because I think he's brilliant, which is why it's hard to believe his story right now, because I know he's intelligent and he knows. I believe he kind of knows how to handle business. I'm starting to doubt it now, but he probably needs some more help. But he knows that if you can't, I'm going to repeat myself again. If you can't get them on the phone or email or US mail, go up there. If you can't get them on the phone, email, or US mail, you go up there. If you can't get them on the phone by mail or US mail, go up there. What do y'all think about this, man? Y'all leave y'all comments in the description box too. Even people who disagree with me, who are on his side, and I ain't actually against them. I still hope that this shit is not a scam and he actually opens up this building. But I ain't sending this dude no more money until that school is open. But right now, that's in jeopardy. And in fact, most people saying it ain't gonna happen. But he got got us to give him all this money before. So maybe we'll pull together and give him the money. Oh my God, I wouldn't send this nigga money for a pack of Annihilators right now to keep his school open. I guess he needs $40,000 or so to keep the school open, or to keep the building. And then he said he's got to lay the floors, and then finally the school will be open. Okay. Whatever. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Let's get into this. Even people who agree with me, let's talk about why you guys don't believe that this is all a fucked up scam, because I believe he might be in trouble with the law. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, and I am gone for now. Peace.